I've been privileged of traveling and speaking at schools all over the country, all over the globe, and sometimes when I go into a school district, I'll spend like 2 days there and hit like 8 or 9 schools. That right there, like that could go on tour. That was amazing. So hats off to you all. And I'm gonna be honest with you. As I was watching it, my heart was stirred because I see it so often. You know, when Lily, when Gina, when they reached out to me, I'm just like, absolutely. As long as they call, I will continue to come because I believe in the concept, the movement of Speak Up, Stand Up, Save a Life. I understand the art of caring enough and what can happen, like what can truly take place when we care enough. You see, whenever I travel and I speak, I get students that slide in my DM on Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat and they send me messages, they send me pictures, so I see the lines on the arms. They tell me about how they wanted to commit suicide or how they're struggling. And now I'm able to work with them and help them get help. But can I be honest with you? I'm tired of it. Like it breaks my heart. Like all the traveling I do, every single school I go to, it's always a student on the outside. They're smiling on the outside. They look so good, but on the inside, they're hurting. So when we bring you here, it is an opportunity for you now to get the needed training so that you can go back to that school and be the leader. Go back to that school and be the hero that you've been called to be. What does a hero do? They lay their life down. They're not concerned about how they feel or how they look or what's comfortable for them. They're like, I've got to do the right thing. I've got to speak up. I've got to stand up. I've got to be here to help others. That's powerful. So the question is, I know you have it inside you, but are you willing for that to rise up? Are you willing to truly answer the call? Like you're here today, and it's great that you're here today, but are you ready to go to what I call that next level? When I talk about that next level, like we've got to know in our mind that where we are right now, this is like temporary. But there is so much more that your life can accomplish. There is so much more that your life can produce. There is so much more that you can achieve when you make up inside your mind, I will be great. I will be amazing. I will not be stagnant. I will not be average. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. I will be everything that I was called and created and destined to be. When you make that up inside your mind, everything, my young friends, changes. That's what happened to me. My biological father wasn't in my life. To this day, we haven't had a conversation. To this day, I've never laid eyes physically on him. And for the longest, I was in the slump. For the longest, I felt average. For the longest, at best, I felt average. For the longest, I felt like I was a mistake, like I came from a catastrophe. For the longest, I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I was invisible. So what was I doing? I was acting out. I was looking for attention. I was fitting with any crowd I could fit in because I just wanted to be accepted. I was born in Dallas, Texas. We went from Texas, we went to Atlanta, to New Jersey, to Alabama. We moved around when I was young. And every school I went to, I just wanted to be accepted. I just wanted them to receive me and love me. And that didn't always happen. So I made a lot of mistakes. I had some challenges learning. I would read it and couldn't really understand it, could barely read it. It wasn't really grasping, short attention span. The teachers told me all sorts of things, what I'm not going to be able to do and what I can't accomplish, and I really struggled. Failing over, and I went to, matter of fact, talk about failing, I went to 3 different schools for the 9th grade. First school I went to, they ended up kicking me out. The next school I went to, I completely failed. But at third school, I came across a group of educators that spoke life into me and loved me back to life. Half of the engagements I take today, it's working, professional development, working with teachers, showing them how to find the absolute best inside every student. So yes, I struggled. I don't know what your story is. Yes, I had issues. Yes, growing up, things were rough, things were confusing. But I came across a group of people that was like, Jeremy, we see something inside you. And watch this. They spoke to that greatness that was inside of me. But here's the reality. I like the concept of speak up and stand up. It's because it's not actions speak louder than words. So you speak it, there's power in your words, but there's action behind it. So though these teachers are telling me, we care about you, you can do it, you can do amazing things, I'm hearing it, but I was still like, I don't know. But when I come to school every single day and I see a group of teachers, that's like, Jeremy, I'm still here. I'm like, why do you care about me so much? Why do you want me to accomplish great things? They're like, because you can do it. I put a wall up because I was so used to being rejected. Then one day I walk in, see one of my teachers, she's trying to write on the board. She got arthritis so bad, she can barely hold the chalk. So I would like start writing for her. And one day I asked her, I'm like, why are you still teaching? You could be retired. She's like, well, you know, Jeremy, I told you I'm gonna help you see you get through the school year. I got another teacher. He could have been an engineer like his twin brother, making twice, 2, 3 times as much money. But he said, nope, it's not about the money, it's about you. I got another teacher. I catch her crying. I'm like, what's wrong with you? She's like, nothing. I'm like, come on, something's wrong with you. She tells me, I'm being diagnosed with cancer. I'm like, why are you still here? You should be getting chemo. You should be home resting. She's like, Jeremy, I'm telling you, I am here. I told you I'm going to help you get through the school year. It went way past words. Their actions spoke louder than your words did. I could go to my wife and I say, hey, honey, I love you, girl. You so fine. You blow my mind. My wife's like, I love you too. That doesn't move my wife. But when I quick to vacuum, ooh, I wash them dishes, that changes the game. I do that, I can say I love you, but my actions prove it. I've got these teachers, they're speaking to my potential. I don't know, many of you today, you probably feel like you're average, or you're just kind of getting by, or you're just here. Maybe you're kind of cool, but maybe you might, for whatever weird reason, feel like there's nothing special about you. You're more amazing than you know. So let me speak to that greatness inside you, just like those teachers spoke to that greatness inside me. It was beyond words. They kept showing up. I'm like, okay, let me do whatever you're telling me to do, because this is my 3rd year for the 9th grade. I want to be successful. I want to bounce back. I want to win. I don't want to be the butt of everyone's joke. Whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do. And I began to make a change. And after 2 years, I took summer school, I took night classes, I caught back up with my right grade, graduated from high school on time, went on to receive a bachelor's in social work because I really wanted to meet people where they are. Then I went and got a master's degree, never thought I'd do graduate school because I wasn't even thinking about college. And in 2010, I wrote my first book and it got published. And today I'm the author of 7 books. And so I share that with you because when you look in the mirror, you see an average person. When you look in the mirror, you feel like, yeah, I think I'm kind of cool, but maybe there's nothing really. No, there's a whole lot that's really special about you. And you have something inside you that can change the lives of other people. So when we talk about the concept of speak up, we're saying use your voice. I read this book, I'll share with some of you before when I've been to your school. It says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. What we speak has power. You have the power alone to speak something and can shift everything in somebody's life. You can see them coming to school and just say, hey, how you doing? For some people, you'll be surprised that will just make something like bubble up inside them. Some of them will feel like, man, they see me. For some of you, maybe you can compliment them and say, hey, I like your hair. Maybe there's nothing particularly special about their hair, but you just want them to know, you want them to feel good. Life and death is the power of the tongue, like those words that you use every single day. It's either speaking life or we can speak death, because you can also be the one laughing at what somebody is wearing and making them feel bad and making them feel not good enough. And now you're adding to the brokenness, the anxiety, the depression that they're already dealing with. Or you can say, nope, I'm gonna use my gifts, I'm gonna use my talents, I'm gonna use my abilities to show up at this school, and I will speak life, and I will affirm, and I will support, and I will love, and I will accept people. Watch this. Even if I don't understand their story, even if I don't understand what they're going through, even if I don't understand where they are in life right now, I will look at them and realize that they are a precious soul that deserves love and respect. I mean, we're really talking about the golden rule. You treat other people how you want to be treated. And that's where the power is, when you use your voice and you say, you know what? I will not stand by and let this happen. I will not stand by and let this bullying take place. I will not stand by and just be a bystander and just laugh. Because when that takes place inside your school, you're one of like 4 type of people. Either you're the victim that's being done to, or you're the perpetrator, or you're the one that's not necessarily doing anything, but you're just kind of laughing because you think it's funny, because you're not thinking, man, what if that was me in a position? or you're the person that's seeing it, watching it quietly, not saying a word. So some of you in here, you have what it takes to, when you see some negative, some bullying take place, you can be like, hey, that's not cool. Some of you got that stature, you got that clout to say, hey, that's not right. Hey, in front of the person. Some of you, maybe you're not there. Maybe you wait till it takes place and then you go to that student and say, hey, look, I'm sorry that happened to you. What that's gonna do is they're gonna let that student know, you know what, somebody sees me. I matter. You'll be surprised how many students I work with and they just really feel like I don't even really matter. The school's gonna move on. People don't really care whether or not I'm here or I'm alive or how good I'm doing. If I can just numb the pain, but if we can use our voice to say, you know what, I will speak to this negativity and I will speak life and I will love and I will support and I will affirm, that's where the power is. If you can stand up and say, you know what, not on my watch. This isn't taking place on my watch. At this school, we speak life. At this school, we show respect. At this school, we value and we honor people. At this school, we see every single person as a soul. If I'm gifted in one area, then I'm gonna speak something positive on you and make you feel better. I'm not gonna just sit back with the crowd and kind of laugh. I'm gonna be a leader. That means I have to stand out. That means I have to make a decision, but that's where the power is. We have men and women every single day that step up, that say, I will not sit back and watch this take place. I will stand up in the face of adversity. I will stand up when others are sitting back. I will use my voice and use my influence and use my power to give life and to give hope to people who are struggling. That's where the power is, and you have it within you. The question is, my young friends, is are you willing to activate that power? Are you willing to be as great as you've been called to be? Now, in order for you to do that, there's a certain level of selflessness you have to have. There's a certain level where you have to say, you know what, it's not about me. Where you have to say, you know what, I don't care about how I look in the lives of other people. When you say, you know what, people say what they want to say, but this is the right thing to do. That's where the power is. Why do you think our country yesterday celebrated the life of Dr. Martin Luther King? It's because he stood up in the face of adversity, because he spoke out for people who were pushed aside, who weren't done right. He used his gifts, his talents, and his abilities in his own regular way to make an impact. That's where the power is right there. And you have it inside you. So every single day you make it up inside your mind. What impact am I gonna make? What decision will I make to be great? And how will I save a life? And here's the reality. Sometimes, most of the time, you'll never see it. Like most of the time, you'll never see like, man, I just saved somebody's life. But every blue moon, you'll get a glimpse of it.